nothing.
All right, testing audio.
Up, video.
Testing. Audio. Adios.
Adios. All right. Do we sound mildly decent?
Or spicy decent.
Yeah, we sounding.
We're making sounds. They
You
sounded.
stop giving me fucking EV bags.
Who did what?
Also, I remembered I had a pack to fucking pop, and I just keep getting fucking EV bags as well. I have like fucking 80 of the goddamn. Also, shout out to Sneak Peek being fucking useless.
Snyder fans trying to do the James Gunn thing apparently, where I guess he had an interview just now where he was talking about people just talking shit on Superman. He's like, and I realize it's probably just some 12-year-old kid in India, so I don't really care. And everyone's like, "You're 12-year-old Indian. He doesn't care about it. That's racist." It's like, no, he obviously just chose any sort of place to say that it's just a random kid that I don't give a shit that they're making nonsense about.
It's so funny just to pick like Indian though. Just to like you can just say like some 12-year-old kid. Like you don't have to say like
Yeah, like, why you gotta?
I get
a little sus. Like, why are you singing?
well, I get that, but to me, it's just like there's it's some kid across the world, you know. I get that,
right.
but
It's
yeah,
just fucking funny.
yeah.
I just feel like some chap fucking the UK is just slinging shit. You know, you don't need to go after India.
He could have said some 12-year-old kid in Indiana, and everyone would have been pissed there too, though.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Just nothing. He could have been like, it was just
Yeah,
some
a
fucking
12-year-old
12-year-old
kid.
being a
Yeah,
dick.
yeah. But I mean, like, I understood the
It's
context
just so
of
funny
it.
that yeah, no, for sure. It's just funny that he tagged it on. It's like, did you need to?
You had a
Okay,
really
but being
bad
serious,
dream
no.
the day before.
No, but seriously, fuck
but,
him.
but really, I mean, he might be onto something. We're live. All right. Welcome to the Blue Reach Podcast, episode number 303. I'm Adrian. That's David. That's Kels. We go live on youtube.com/@BlueRupees every week to talk about video games and a lot of other random stuff like James Gunn trying to be canceled, but it's not going to work. Not this time.
He's uncancelable.
He is. I don't think we had that much news to talk about this week, though.
Kel's brought up some fun shenanigans in the world of Magic, and I'm always happy to talk shit on Magic the Gathering.
I want to do a little quiz.
Have a plate of macaroni and cheese to eat, so I would love for you guys to talk about Magic.
Hell yeah.
But how have you guys been first before you do that?
I've been dandy, hanging out with friends the last few days, getting caught up on people I don't see as often as I'd like, and got a 5-day weekend coming up.
Hell yeah. Kels, what you been up to this week? How'd your tournament go?
It went all right. I didn't do great, but we had fun, so that's what matters.
My
it's
boy
the
said,
last
fuck
one.
it, we ball.
Right, exactly. We ball. One of our locals did win it, so that's super cool.
Hell
Someone
yeah.
to play test with a lot, so that's awesome. Other than that, that's the end of the set, like last event. So we're going on to the next set. Pre-releases this weekend, so super stoked for that. Other than that, just chilling.
Okay. I had a lot going on. So I did the Comic-Con Friday. I uploaded the picture. I know Kel saw it on Facebook. David, you can check that. That was the partner's favorite picture that they took during the event. It was this cute little little lad in a Spider-Man costume. Got super excited to see me on that. I think the costume came out really good. That costume was so much more comfortable than the previous version, so I am a lot happier. I'm a lot happier with that. Went on a Friday, which is a short day. Got stopped me. It was funny. Rolled up in there and like within the first 5 minutes, this booth stopped me, and there's these cosplayers that do like a lot of superhero costumes, and they gave me their card. They said, "Hey, we're like the coalition of like superhero costumes here. Join us." And I'm like, "All right, I got recruited into a superhero group right away. That's sick." But yeah, it was a quieter day because it was the first day. Day 2 is the crazy day, and everyone was asking me if I was gonna stay the second day. I was like, "Nah, I got something to do." And they're like, "Oh, because you would have like constantly been stopped." And I was like, next time. But that was fun. Went to I had my best friend flew out here, so he was good. We did our Smash stuff. Did my thing. Had my controller not working day 1, which was unfortunate. So I use a different controller, and I don't know how it is for you guys on sticks or if you're using pad, but when you're on something like a new pad, when you're playing a fighting game, it doesn't feel right away. You got to break it in a certain way, you know?
Yeah.
So I did really well though for what I did. I still went 2-2, but like I lost to a 9th place person that got 9th place, and then I lost to someone who got upset, which was unfortunate. So I lost to 2 Soras, which is really unfortunate. I really don't like that. I was doing pretty well. What's up, you pepperoni? I was doing all right though. Like I kept it up. Like I didn't really get washed. I definitely was figuring things out. But 2-2. I'll explain more on that in a second. Then me and my friend did doubles, and we also went 2-2 in there. But we were doing really well too. He was really bummed out about that because like we worked really hard and we did super good, but we just got clutched out at the very end by the time we were able to figure it out, and it was last game. But yeah, that happened. And I'm hanging out there, and actually one of my esports players actually outplaced me too. He did pretty well. He made a top 48, so shouts to him. Actually, the funny thing with him, I felt like a proud dad this weekend. So he outplaced me, which is great. He beat this one Daisy player who apparently has a really good Game & Watch in their region, but he beat them. Dude slammed his controller after he lost, and obviously when that first, I don't know if this ever happened to you guys when you guys play, but the first thing that happens to you, it's a little awkward. You don't know how to react right away. You're like, but that happened, and then it was kind of quiet, and I look at him like, "Is that your first controller slam?" He's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Let's go!" Everyone started.
No, I'm a troll. Don't do that shit around me. I know I got you.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. So as soon as, because yeah, he slammed it, and then I guess his girlfriend behind him was like, he's like, "I don't need it. It doesn't fucking work anyway." But yeah, I was like, we started popping off. I'm like, "Yeah, you got your first controller slammed." And then he won his first money match that weekend too. So I'm like, hell yeah, dude! Like a lot of first times right there. But dude, I say it every time I compete, and this time is different. I always like look around. I'm like, I need to start competing again. I always tell myself that, and you guys have heard that. I'm like, I'm like, I want to, and I think it's finally happened though. I signed up to this one place that has matchmaking for Smash. I've been grinding that out. I'm like 20 matches in, get my ass thoroughly kicked. There's a bunch of sweaty grinders. Shouts to them, like not in a bad way, but they're grinding. Get my ass kicked, but I've been learning on that. I'm probably gonna fly out to Reno for a day 1 turn, like a 1-day regional in August. I'm gonna go to El Paso for a day 1. I'm like, I think that's it. Like everyone's telling me, like, you say that shit all the time, but my friend's like, there's something different this time. I could see it in you. I'm like, I think the idea that I know the next match is a little while away, but I'm like, the idea that I never really competed in this game properly, and everyone's kind of outpacing me big time. Like I got to work my ass up. I'm like, I think that's kind of putting a fire in me, because I'm like, all right, I think this is it. I think I'm in. Everyone's like, are you sure? I'm like, I think that's it. I think I'm in. I've never grinded with the same mentality that I'm doing right now. So we're gonna see. I'm going for top 10. And I told him actually the reason why. There is one reason why. I told her, I was like, I'm not striving to be number 1. I have no no care to be number 1. In fact, shoutouts to Peepnut. He's number 1 Mega Man. He actually won his first major this last weekend too.
Yeah.
So I'm like, it's poetic. I think it's working out that way. I have no drive to be number one. The reason why I want to compete again is I want to get to a point where I'm a threat in bracket, but I want it's fun when you play with a rowdy group of people, because then when you're in front of a screen, they're all playing and people like shouting behind you, or it's like it's trash talk between regions. Like it's like, here's this state group and here's this state group, and they're just yelling at each other for their player, I need that. I need that a few more times. I only had a handful of times and I loved it every second of it. I'm like, I need to be in front of a crowd and I need people yelling at me. It's been
Basically looking to be a gatekeeper.
I've always been a gatekeeper. I just want to get to a point where I have a crowd yelling, and I want the group behind me, right? I want to make it far enough in bracket that I want to be people. I want my state yelling behind me, because fuck that state. You know what I'm saying? So
Fair.
that was my biggest thing. I'm like, I need the crowd again. It's been years. So I've not competed. I've never really competed in Ultimate too much, honestly. Like I played maybe the first year ish, like not even to the same way I played Smash 4. So really, I haven't really competed in like 6 years, in a meaningful way. So, yeah, I'm getting my ass kicked online on that place. I'm on Matchbox. That's what it's called. And,
yeah,
I'm probably like 9 and like 13 or 14 right now. I'm getting my ass kicked right now, but it's for the best. I'm taking my time to learn and figure it out. The partner had to see that side of me for a second, get really salty. She was in the room and I was in the living room, and
almost had a gamer moment.
Not too like I'm not
awards.
doing. I don't do the controller slams. Like I definitely don't do the controller slams. That thing, that was a Halo
No, it's
2.
just expensive.
That was a Halo 2 thing back in the day, and that's because I would go. And I was a kid, I would go through all those third-party controllers real quick. Part of the reason why I buy expensive custom controllers is I don't do that now. I have no room to just be lobbing controllers around. But I get very competitive in general. Even in rivals, I'll get pretty upset. Like not like a massive salty way, but like I'm competitive, right? And if you're competitive, you don't really feel good about losing. But Smash is something different. So when I had some close games, and again, rightfully so, they've grinded out and they put more hours than me, so I'm not mad at them. Unless you play Steve or something. But I'm not mad at them. But I yell, and she came out and she looked at me. She's like, "Are you all right?" I'm like, I just don't really say anything. And she's like, "You lose?" I just kind of nod. She's like, "Okay." I'm like, I need time. Give me a second, because,
Salty
yeah.
flowing.
Yeah, I'm glad. There's this one player who's PR'd in their state, and they're also a teacher, so I couldn't use that excuse this weekend where everyone's like, "Why don't you compete anymore?" I'm like, I'm just a teacher. I don't have time. They're a teacher and they got 7th place, and they're number 3 in their state. So I can't really use that excuse. So I'm like, I kind of got to go for it. But
Get good.
they did lose, and they took it pretty harshly, which happens, when you lose and you kind of get it, that a few players just take it really badly, and they took it really badly. Probably the worst I've ever seen them take it. They were like they had a controller slime moment a little bit, and then they kind of just quiet off to themselves for a couple hours. And I will say that, like, I think the break of taking away from Smash, like I was never at their level. Like they're known at a pretty decent level nationally.
Gotcha. They're
so
a
I'm,
recognizable name.
yeah, so I'm not at that level, right? But I'd say the best thing it was, because once the end of my Smash 4 career, before I knew I was ending it, it was getting visceral. Like I would get beat up in my own head about it. But I think the best thing it was about taking this break is that even though I lose and get up in my head about it, I'm not nearly as like beat up to a point where it's like world shattering ending, my ultimate winnings are in my education career, right? Like that's where I'm striving for wins from the heart. This is all kind of a side bonus thing. So recontextualizing like that was good for my own mental to be like, all right, cool, I'm ready to compete. I'm ready to do a lot more healthy. Yeah, I started my workouts yesterday too, so do my running again, trying to clean things up, bring it all back. So we'll see, man. I'm excited. I think it was cool too, because this weekend I saw a lot of friends I hadn't seen in years. Like I'm talking like, because again, I don't really compete. I don't go out. I'm like a hermit crab to a lot of these guys. So we're talking like 5 years I hadn't seen a lot of them. You ever said DSP moment? No, never DSP moments. I maybe when I was like 15.
You will never catch this man cranking it on.
Yeah, yeah. If you mean that DSP moment, yeah, that either.
He covers all cameras before he jerks it.
Absolutely. What was I saying with that? I forgot already.
But no,
not
I
great.
feel like I have a local that they just posted the other day about like they had I think it was Tekken, Smash, and Street Fighter tournament, and I
Ooh.
seen them. They posted like the winners. I was like, ooh, this makes me want to go play now.
When you know you can, you know,
Yeah,
it's a
I
matter
bet
of
you I
like,
could go and dry and still like beat their asses, but it just makes me want to like just go play right now and be like, okay, I'm gonna come in and show them how Unk does it.
you know, you should, if you keep an eye on that stuff. If there's ever like a big regional in your area, let me know. And I'm thinking of driving out to some of these places, dude. I'm thinking of like, I know it's not gonna be forever. When the next Smash game comes out, yeah, I'm gonna probably dabble like a competition again. But this is like kind of like my last major big hoorah moment because like I got the money, I got some time. You know, I kind of know my schedule now. Um, so I'm thinking that's it. And then I'm probably I was gonna set up my stream setup and I'm gonna start just recording my practice matchups since I'm grinding that out. You know, that way I can have my VOD saved and everything. Um, but yeah, no. Whenever you see whenever you see like top 8 placers, you're like, ooh, that's kind of sick. Like I would love to be on there. Um, and Reno, whenever they have their tournaments and they get like they get like a number 1 from somewhere else, they custom make a photoshopped cool ass design for your character and you. And I'm like, that'd be sick. But he can't do it for everyone. They're like $50 each. Um, but I'm like, ooh, that'd be kind of sick. And then seeing Mega Man still do well in the meta these days, I'm like, I don't have excuses anymore, dude. I kind of just gotta do it. And uh, like not in a weird way. Like I'm the ultimate goal of the esports coaching is like I want you to be better to me, right? Like that's the ultimate
Yeah.
win. But like I say it too is like my student outplacing me doesn't light a fire in the way that you would think. It's I need to stay on top of them because that's just kind of how younger people look at coaching.
Yeah.
If you're an
They
NFL
should be
coach,
doing better than the coach.
if an NFL coach comes in, he's 50 years old, 60 years old, he's not going to outplay the players, right? Like that's kind of because adults understand that. But younger kids, they think, oh, if I could beat you, I know better than you, right? So it's like you got to kind of stay on top of that level too, you know. Um, so that's a big drive for that too. Is I gotta also just keep on top of the game and can't get rusty on that end. But yeah, no, I saw a lot of my friends for the first time this weekend, and it was cool that they reaffirmed me a lot with that stuff too. They're like, dude, when you were like playing, you were kind of like giving some like the top players like a lot of trouble. And I'm like, I don't think I did. There, no, you really did. We're not just bullshitting you. You actually did. And I'm like, yeah, maybe I should start doing this again. So we'll see how it lasts. Check back in a year. I hope by this time this year I'm at least top 10 in the state. I should be. I didn't know that our number 2 is a 13-year-old.
Time to beat some fucking children.
Bro,
Right.
dude. So we have a 13-year-old player here who plays Steve. But shout out to them. They were going in for top 8. Like it was the qualifier for top 8. And they were playing that player, the one that got all up in their head about it, right? But this like again, our crowds are getting rowdy, especially at regionals. I don't know how often you guys go to regionals for fighting games, but like those are rowdy ass crowds because it's just like a lot of like like yelling for our city or our state, right? So it's like this state versus that state in that match, and the kid's 13, he's up to, and their people are yelling at him like and the kid, dude, immediately obviously, right? When he told me he's in middle school. And I was like trying to listen to my school first. I'm like, please tell me you live here. No, he lives out of city. I'm like, fuck. I wanted that kid on my team. But the kid's like playing without headphones with the whole crowd yelling, and there was a moment actually where he went up to, then the other person brought it all the way back to game 5, and there was a moment that I had to turn on teacher coach mode for a second, where the kid lost the first stock in game 5. He turned back to us and he had like that panic look, like an oncoming train. And immediately, like right away, I'm like, immediately, I just kind of waved at him. I'm like, yo, root the fuck out of him right now. So we started cheering him back on. He locked back in, but I'm like, the other player beat him. It just clutched it out. That's kind of what happens. Because I'm like, if I'm the other player, and rightfully so, right? They're like, I sense that fear, and that's like a shark, and that's like blood in the water for a shark, right? You're like, all right, cool. That means
Yeah.
it's like Hell's saying, right? Like I'm gonna you give me a moment like that, I'm like I'm gonna run with it, dude. Like I'm all in on that. Um, but I'm like that kid, like he's really good, but it's experience. The other guy they played had like 10 plus years of competing experience. That's just what gets you the win. You're not as nervous at that point, you know. But and last time I say this weekend, watched F1 in 4DX. You guys ever done a 4DX screening?
What the fuck is that?
I did for Transformers the last night.
Oh, okay.
That was the only thing that kept me awake throughout the movie.
Did you know how crazy those chairs are?
No, I thought it was just gonna be kind of like a little bumping around, but it got really into it.
So 4DX, David, there's D-Box, and D-Box is like the moving chairs, but it's like kind of like not as crazy, right? It's like kind of like a little more subtle, like a mild Disneyland ride maybe. Dude, 4DX is like a straight up Disneyland ride, where those chairs are like reclining, going back, and they move like all crazy. There are there's smells that are put in the theater. There's water in the theater, so like if it's like raining or something, like there's like water effects that happen.
It'll spritz you.
Yeah, if there's bubbles going on, there's bubbles getting blown around. There's fog in there too. Did you feel like you were driving the car? Honestly, that movie is like one of the best ones you could have in 4DX. Apparently, like it's crazy. My friend came down and absolutely loves Formula One. He was telling me all about it. I don't know. I knew nothing about F1 at all, but the way he was selling it to me is actually kind of dope. So I'm gonna start dabbling a little bit into looking into F1. But he loved the movie and he was like excited to watch it again. So we got those tickets and dude, like it's visceral how crazy that thing is like shaking you. I'm shocked there's no seatbelts on it. Like if you have popcorn, you're fucked. Do not carry food in there at all. A drink might be okay, but do not carry popcorn into a 4DX screen. You're screwed. Like we had a bucket of popcorn and immediately after it plays the 4DX effects during the trailers too. So there was a Tron trailer that played and everyone started moving and you heard the crowd in unison gasp as everything was moving and immediately the girlfriend just put her popcorn down. Like, no, we can't. We'll save it for the end. But yeah, no, like chairs are kind of hard because obviously there's so much going on. But the actual like fucking movie is incredible in 4DX like that. I looked back at because we booked out 6 people, which was a lot of money, but it was so worth it. But I kept looking back.
I kind of want to pull that prank on my wife now. Get tickets to that movie and do 4DX. Get a large popcorn. Back here, hold this.
Yeah, but you gotta you're gonna get. It's not gonna work because the movie starts out with a race.
Yeah.
But the trailers also do the effects too. So so you're gonna know right away. You're like, no. Like before the movie started, she put the popcorn down. She's like, no, I can already see where this is going. But it was funny because like the chairs are moving, right? They're like literally, it's almost like the David, you know, the Star Wars ride.
Yep.
It's like that pretty much. And there was a scene where they were all moving, and there was someone came back from the bathroom, had to stand there and wait for their chair to stop moving so they could get in their chair.
Had to remount.
Yeah.
You describing it almost kind of makes me want to just fucking experience it for the shit and giggle of it, but I don't care enough to go to one. I also think it would be a hell of a drive to find one, in all honesty.
I have a feeling your probably closest one is probably Boston.
Yeah.
Because we only
driving to Boston for a niche experience.
This one is brand new for us. It just started like last month.
Yeah, and if it's new for you guys, I sure as fuck don't have one near me.
If we ever go traveling again, we'll find a screening for whatever movie's going on for that. Superman was like the one I wanted to do for that, but F1's incredible. The one that blew people away is Twisters. That was the one that
I could see that.
That was the one that everyone was like, that's the movie. Like it immediately when that movie came back and re-released for 4DX, it sold out immediately. So they re-released that again, and I'm so in. But yeah, I looked back because my friend we booked out 4 chairs, me, the girlfriend, my friend, their partner, and then my friend behind us with his friend too, and we booked out 6 chairs, but we couldn't be all together right away. But I kept looking back, and he was having the time of his life, dude. And I looked back at it after the movie. I was like top 10 movie experience. Like that was top 1. That was like my favorite movie experience of all time. And he's like that beats Infinity War and Endgame. And I'm like that's big words, dude.
Yeah.
Because the Marvel experiences at the peak. You guys remember going for Infinity War and Endgame? That was like peak movie experience, dude. But 40.
The only time, one of the few times where I've had a theater just actually give something a standing ovation.
Yeah, dude. I lost my train of thought for a second.
I'm pretty sure. Like I remember whenever Cap lifts the hammer, someone audibly, "Oh my fucking god!"
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
I went
had
back so
that
many
as
times for
well.
that. I remember being in bed just watching people's reactions to Thor coming in to Wakanda, and I was watching reactions. And I'm like, fuck this! I'm just gonna go watch the movie again. So I drove out just to go watch it again. I think I watched it like 5 times that weekend or something. But the last thing I was gonna say is I think those chairs, I think they just immerse you so much more. Like I've never heard a crowd more like emotionally invested in F1 out of all movies than anything. Did you guys ever watch Top Gun Maverick?
No.
You guys should, first off. But if you guys did, if everyone listening has, this movie is essentially Top Gun
It's
Maverick.
just A New Hope. They just copied A New Hope.
Oh well, this movie copies Top Gun Maverick, so same director too, which makes sense. But dude, like, yeah, the movie was really good. I would have enjoyed it regardless. But like, you were hearing like Nick brought it up to me at the end. He's like, the woman next to me was like invested. I was like, yeah, dude. Like I kept hearing her like she was getting emotionally invested in that movie. I think it's part of the chairs. Like you can't get distracted. You were like locked in. I would like cross my legs when I'm sitting, and then as soon as they were getting in the racing car, I'm like, all right. Feet planted.
I'm getting into.
Yeah.
Strapped in.
Yep.
So 40X for me, I don't have F1, but they have Jurassic World Rebirth in 40X. I wonder how that one would be.
I'm thinking that was solid as well.
I feel like that one would be interesting.
Yeah, because I know people watching Lilo and Stitch and had a good time with it too, because of all like the water effects. Let me see. David, you mind reading the chat real quick? You have it up?
Yeah, I can pull it up here.
Start taking bites.
All
real quick.
right, so
Did you feel like you were
Chrissy
driving?
Pepperoni saying it's his first time hearing a 40X.
So really quick, coming up here, let's see. I'm considering either using some of the 4 e-tickets for my birthday to watch F1, or should I wait for F4's it's Superman to use those on? I was gonna
just gonna jump from F1 to F4.
What about 2 and 3? Yeah. But you can't do F9 because that Fast and Furious already took that. So, if you're into like, see, I'm sure Superman was the first one that popped in my head. I was like, I really want to do 40X for Superman. I think F1 is just really good for that, especially just the racing in it. It's straight up like, there's crashes in that film. Spoilers, I guess. Like I think the trailers even show that. But like your chair is fucking freaking out, dude, when you're doing that too. It's really good. And there's like racing scenes in the rain too, so your chair's like moving around. There's like just water getting sprayed. It's a good time. So I would, if you could do that. What's that?
For I was gonna say for Superman, I did IMAX, and then for Fantastic Four, I got tickets for the Dolby Cinema.
Ooh, Dolby. That's the one thing I'm so bummed we don't have. I would love a Dolby theater, dude.
Dude, I love the Dolby Cinema. We went to the new Ninja Turtles movie for it, and the music's so fucking good with it. That's what I was thinking. I was like, okay, I gotta hear this Fantastic Four.
Yeah,
yeah.
Whenever I travel and there's like a movie that's coming out that's in Dolby, I'm there. Like I love Dolby theaters. I'm so hope we get one day. So I'd say do F1. I think it's just one of those experiences that just work so with those chairs. Let's see. Was caught off guard with 3D reactions of Endgame. It was that Incredibles 2 where I experienced Incredibles 2 is incredible. That's awesome. I love that. Never seen either Top Gun either. You can watch Top Gun Maverick without watching Top Gun. They kind of tell you everything that you need to know for the first one. Maverick is really good though. Watch that. This made me want to watching F1. It's same director and almost same story beats, pretty much, but it makes me want to watch Top Gun Maverick again because it's so good too. But yeah, there's your big sell on 40X. She was actually her cousin found out about that, and they're gonna go watch that again. But it really hurt her neck because again, I'm telling you, it whips you the fuck around. So it hurt her neck for like a day. She was not ready. But she's ready to. She's gonna go watch. She asked if I want to do that again. I'm like, I don't know if I want to go again right away. That was a crazy ass ride. But she's like, all right, I'm gonna go. I'll probably bring a brace or something this time. Probably for the best.
Oh, he did Tron too.
Ooh.
The 2010 remake. That makes a lot of sense. I can see that.
I'm probably gonna watch Tron 40X, dude.
Dude, that new one looks pretty dope. I can't wait for it.
I was already into it. You know, just tell me Nine Inch Nails is doing that. Like literally, Daft Punk did the first one. I'm like, all right, fantastic. Love Daft Punk. Fucking love them. And then you make a new one. I'm like, all right, who the fuck you gonna get to replace Daft Punk? Nine Inch Nails. All right, fuck it, dude. I love that too. That's great. Um, but yeah, with those chairs too, moving in the light cycles, I'm like, yeah. All right. Anyway, I'm gonna stop yapping. David, what'd you get this
Yo.
week?
Nothing.
Holy shit. All right. I already muted the mic. I was ready to take a bite of food. Kels, what'd you get?
No, I'm fucking poor now.
Yeah, I didn't get anything either. I have pre-releases coming up, so that's where my money's going.
All right. So I got some kind of non-video game related stuff, but let me see. There's a Criterion. Actually, I got some game stuff. Junior of
Ooh,
Chicago.
yeah.
What do you guys specialize in? Video games and nerd shit.
Video games, movies, bullshit.
David likes wrestling.
True. I do like the wrestling, which we do have the Evolution pay-per-view coming up here soon. Excited for.
That's true. That's true. Criterion collection's going on right now, so I added 4 to the collection there. David,
Oh,
I got Lost Highway.
Still gotta actually get around to watching.
I got a Videodrome.
oh,
Ooh, that's a
nice.
classic.
Yep.
I got
Cronenberg.
Y Tu Mama También.
I'm not familiar with that one.
That's from Alfonso Cuarón, who did. I'm pretty sure he did Children of Men.
Yep,
Ah, okay.
that is him.
And then I got Paris, Texas.
Oh, okay.
I not heard of that, but I heard really good things about it. So I want to go back and get some more soon because I love a good Criterion sale. My loyalties are to Doctor Who, Babylon 5. I'm a Gen X. Go figure.
I mean, I do like a good Doctor Who. It's a shame we haven't had one since Disney's been involved, but I do like a good Doctor Who.
Good picks though. I got this at the convention. Saw this last time I was there, so I figured I'd get it this time. Just those little like
Ooh.
Pokeball ones, and then let's see where's
Damn
the
it, I
button?
love Fuecoco.
I'm a Fuecoco
How
guy.
can you not love
Yeah,
a
that's sick.
1 IQ alligator?
I know, he's so dumb. I love
Yeah,
him.
him and Totodile, dude. Those are just,
Hell yeah.
They share the same brain cell.
I have so
I
many,
want so bad to try and make them work on a competitive team together.
I have so many fucking Fuecocos in my room, dude. I think Fuecoco was like the
Oh.
only Pokemon I resonated with like as much as I did like some of the Gen 1ers like Gengar and
Yep.
stuff, you know.
No, 100%. He has so much personality. That and what's his name, Palossand. I love that.
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
little evolution line.
Right.
Speaking of which, Kelsey,
oh,
are you
shit.
still
I'll be right
thinking
back.
of
I got
getting
something else,
into, all right, perfect. All
What's
right,
up?
well, Adrian's getting that. Are you still thinking of dabbling into competitive Pokemans?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because I have a metric. I've finally been going through all of my fucking Pokemon boxes
Mhm.
and actually labeling all of my IV trained Pokemon. And I have a metric ton of Pokemon that are not quite perfect IVs, but damn near close. So with a little bit more breeding or with the item patches you can get with the new games, you could get them to perfect IVs if you need any extras.
Sick. Yeah. Well, I mean, really, you just need a Ditto, right?
Oh, if you're trying to optimize it, you want a Ditto, another Pokemon with perfect IVs, and both of them would have the Destiny.
Right. For sure. Yeah, I just need to get my collection going back again.
Yeah, if
Hey,
you need
Pepper.
anything, let me know.
They've already said the nearest 40X theater is 4 hours away.
God damn,
that.
mine's like 20 minutes away.
Yeah, mine's funny.
Well,
until
and I got
I-
Dolby.
now I'm curious.
Blah blah blah.
until that one showed up, I think my closest one was probably maybe 4 to 6 hours, depending on which city it was in.
See, I feel privileged now because I have a Regal, a Warren, an AMC, and a Cinemark all within like 30 minutes from me.
Yeah, I don't have the Warren. I have other like local theater chains, but
Yeah.
which sucks. The local theater chains are really good, but I have memberships other places, so I can't, you know. But
Holy fuck, the nearest one to me is fucking New York.
Sheesh.
There's not even one in Mass.
there's not one in Boston.
There is not one in Massachusetts.
That's
The
fucking.
nearest one to me is New York.
That's
That's
fascinating.
insane.
All right,
Yeah.
David. Well, if you ever come back out here,
Oklahoma. Fucking Oklahoma has one, but goddamn Mass doesn't. Fuck.
That's what I'm talking about.
Hell yeah, brother. Well, if you ever come back out
Flabbergasted.
here, David, I got you. There's your thing. We got at least one thing if you ever come back out here.
I mean, we got to plan a 3-party get together at some point. So
Well,
For
I told
sure.
everyone when I get married that's my return
We're
request.
going to 40X.
What are your game fantasy nicknames? I go Yukar. You know what?
Usually just go with Kells. I always just shorten it down.
Yeah, that's I can never. I hate naming characters in games. I'm so bad at it.
Yeah.
I love naming characters because I am perpetually a DM for tabletop RPGs. So that's what I spend 95% of my time doing is preparing names because I have players that have the audacity to know the name of every single fucking character they need to interact with.
Interesting. So, what's your go-to name then?
My go-to name is whatever the random name generator tells me their name is.
Yeah, I don't have one. I think of a new one every single time, but I like to do something stupid if I can, I guess.
Yeah, that's how I am. If I'm not doing me, I'm doing something stupid.
I have like 12 different character names I rotate through depending on just what I feel like for a character build. Basically, is
Yeah,
the
this is my
name matches
sorcerer
the
poop
build.
pants.
Now, like usually with I'm using Durandal for more like mage-based characters. I'll use what was it? Tyrion for some other ones that I just want to have shit builds. Where it's like, I don't know, this is the dumb build that shouldn't work, and I want them to get their ass kicked. Here we go, Tyrion. So I rotate a lot.
Was at the con. I got two things you can see. I stopped there. Here I am in Spider-Punk, and I see this thing. I'm like, all right.
Spider
much-
Bear.
Hell yeah.
I was like, how much for a Spider
teddy
Bear? And they say, actually, or I was like, how much for a Spider Bear plush? They said, actually, that's not a plush. I'm like, what do you mean? They say, it's a stash jar.
Oh my god.
My man decapitated him.
Yeah.
They were like, all right, it's a stash jar. I'm like, that's incredible. How much for it?
It's like, and I asked how much.
Cool. Tell me your price faster, please. So that's amazing. So obviously that was like immediate. Like I was like,
Yeah, take your savings out, put it right into that. It's the safest thing
Yeah.
possible.
right there, right. And then as I'm walking around, motherfucker, a little pricey for this, definitely, but he saw me, he sold it to me, and I was like, that was an easy sell of your life. He knocked out $5 off of it too, but it's so cool. I got this Spider-Punk like big 3D printed like
Big.
Lego style thing.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
He has his hair can come off. They're gonna add some accessories, so they can give him like a guitar and stuff too. $60. Pretty
Cool.
pricey,
That's
but
still pretty cool.
it's not bad, right? It's a cool little figure
Giant
on there.
minifig.
Yeah. But he saw me and immediately dude's like, "Hey, I'll get you a discount on this." I'm like, "Motherfucker." Of course.
Fine.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you decapitated. I did decapitate the bear.
No mercy.
Right. He's hiding my money, dude. I think that's it. Dave, what'd you play this week?
Hell yeah. I played Pokemon Arceus more. Almost done the game. I finished the main story. I just have the post-game content to do, which really the post-game is finish capturing all the Pokemon so you can go capture Arceus. And then that's it. That's the rest of the game. So I only have like 4 or 5 Pokemon left to get, and then I'm fucking done the game.
Hell yeah. Fuck that game, dude. Be done with it.
Hell, I mean, I'm sad to see it go. It has been one of my favorite Pokemon games. Absolutely breath of fresh air compared to the rest of the series. But at the same time, like, I really need to finish Expedition 33. I wasn't intending to get sidetracked from it because I was enjoying my time. But at the same time, just
You also weren't intending to buy a Switch too.
Yeah, Switch
I
2
wasn't
dropped.
intending
You
to
had
buy
to
Switch
justify
2.
that purchase.
That's basically what it boiled down to. I'm like, bought the fucking thing. Now I got to use it a little bit. The cruel irony is I was talking to my wife the other day, and she's like, yeah, I'm glad you bought that for you, but I was actually a little annoyed because I thought I finally had a gift idea for you this year. I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, you were going on so much about how you weren't going to buy a Switch. She was like, perfect. He's not gonna get one. I'll get him for that. And it'll be a wonderful thing. And then you came home on launch day with one and said, "I'm pissed. I bought a Switch 2." I was like, okay.
That's the thing about me. You know everything I like, but I buy everything I like too. So you really have to get creative with everything if you get gift for me.
That's what my
That's-
wife always complains about too. She's like, "You just buy whatever you want." I'm like, "Yeah, essentially."
Glad to know all of our partners have the same fucking problem.
Uh-huh. Yeah, my family doesn't know what to do, so I'm just like, I have an Amazon wish list though. Like, just go use that.
Right.
No, I get told from friends and family that that's cheating. They should be able to figure out what to get me if they know me well enough. I'm like, no, that's dumb. Because you know what I want? To continue to hoard the bullshit that I have. You know what you don't have? The list of what I already have. So just go through this list that I keep curated of the stuff I'm missing and just keep filling my addiction. Or hard drives. Buy me more hard drives. I'll always take more hard drives.
True.
Hey, Perry said I requested books for mine this year. Books are a good one too. I feel like there's
I
so
always
many
throw
books.
books on mine.
There's so many books that you can get that there's a good chance you'll find out something that if you think I'll like something, that's probably there you go. And our supplies, you can always go with those. Nice.
No, for sure.
Kels, oh, why is my
No shit.
no? I
We're losing
know.
Adrian.
No, it's here. Yeah, I keep knocking into something that happened before you hopped onto. Okay,
Sick.
Kels, what you been playing?
Yeah. Yeah. So unlike David, I am actually back in Expedition 33 trying to finish a game.
My man's trying to finally be done for those that come after.
I know. I'm trying to forge a path forward for those that come after. But unfortunately, I keep getting fucking sidetracked in that goddamn game.
I hear ya. Fucking the
It's
second
like-
I had to start hunting feet, I was like, oh god damn it.
See, and that's what like I started playing, and I left off with Minoko and my squad, and so like we do a few battles, I get a few feet, and I'm like, wait, fuck. Let me go all the way to the start of the world map and start collecting these other feet. I
Yup.
might not use them, but who knows? I just want them.
There might be one time where I'm like, oh hey, here's a weird build that this could be really kind of cool for. So
Right.
I gotta get it. Plus it's a trophy, so I mean I guess I'm doing it.
And like every unique place you go has like its own like mob of that area. Like the little dude
Yup.
with the depth charge, he's like unique to like the floating water place. And like so you have to go find like all the unique mobs because who knows, that one unique mob might be the one that just like you said breaks the game or makes it busted. But I mean, it's small complaint. It's still so much fun. I
How
spent
dare
like
they give us more choices to play the game?
right, god damn, so fuck them. And so whenever I went back to the start of the game, then I realized I was like, oh, there's some bosses over here that were beating my ass I couldn't beat. Let me go try that again. So I spent like an hour just getting my ass beat some more. That big fucker in the water, I think his name's Thwomp or something like that. It's or Sprong. Sprong is his name. It's like the big like wiry dude in the water that just like it reminds me of the Sephiroth battles in Kingdom Hearts. Like you have to hit the initial parry or you just lost immediately and you just have to
Yeah.
reload and just start back over. That's kind of how it is. If you miss that first parry, you're just done. It's just reload, start again. And it's been fun, but it's one of those things like, oh, you fucker, I know you can have something good and I can't get it.
That's the other thing too, is I had to at a certain point just admit that there were some bosses that I just wasn't gonna be able to get the parry timing exact for, and I just had to be okay dodging. Because
Right.
it became a weird like pride thing where I didn't want to dodge, I only wanted to parry after a while. And then I realized I was spending far more time trying to master the parry timing than if I just fucking dodged.
Right. Yeah, I really need to start doing that. But also, like, my one like minor complaint I have overall with the game is there's too many fucking mechanics for like parrying or dodging,
Yes.
just in
Because
general.
you have the parrying, dodging, jumping, and then there's like the
The
party
gradient.
yeah.
The gradient parry. And so
Yeah.
like there's just so many. Like if you just did like parry and jump, that's fine. But whenever you start throwing in like all the other ones, it just gets kind of overwhelming. Especially when
because when you take a break from it like I have, I'm dreading going back to the game
Yeah.
because I'm gonna be like, fuck, I have to relearn all this goddamn timing and remember what prompt is for what fucking evasive type.
that's the big thing. Is like the prompts. It's like, oh god damn it, because I've been finding myself losing because of just forgetting the prompts, like you said. But yeah, I went through, beat a few side bosses, made a little bit of progression on the main story, remembering again why this game's fucking game of the year material. And that's about it. Just been
Fucking
playing
beautiful.
that fucking beautiful game.
Uh,
Oh, and apparently, small bit of news that we missed. Apparently, Charlie Cox did that role in 4 hours
yep.
because
Yeah, because I thought he felt like he didn't deserve any of the praise.
Oh,
was getting,
he's
'cause,
like, I didn't know what the fuck's going on. I was saying it's amazing. So that was a 4-hour job that my agent's like, you want to do this? And I'm like, all right.
that's insane to me. That's so fucking crazy.
You know what's gonna be so
Because that
funny is
game's
he's gonna be
gonna
brought
win
out to
awards.
stuff like Game Awards and stuff like that too. And he's gonna have no
Right.
idea what the fuck's going on.
Exactly. That's gonna be so fucking funny. But because like games like I feel like when like the Hideo Kojima game is a big one because they have a bunch of A-list actors in there. I feel like a lot of them kind of get the understanding, like whenever they're interacting with him, whenever they go
Yeah.
to Kojima Studios, they kind of understand like what's going on, like the production value.
Well,
But
also
Charlie,
remember, Kojima hires big name actors because you
he
can't
wants to
make CGs of
digitize
Asian
their feet.
people.
Yeah. Which is so fuck. That leads to another news story because I seen a CGI baby this weekend, that fucking Asian CGI baby that scared the shit out of me this weekend.
You heard it here first. Kels is scared of Asian babies.
Hey, I'm Asian, I can say it. But I forgot where we were going with that.
Charlie Cox isn't gonna have any clue what the fuck's going on with the awards he's gonna go to.
Yeah, that's gonna be immensely hilarious. Because that one, like from his what he said about it, it just sounds like it was legit. Like, here, read these lines, go record them.
Which means he's good at it, so he should probably do some more of that.
100%.
Really quick, the Junior Chicago lift out said, "I'm out. You guys take care." In all caps, do not lose yourself in fantasy. Protect and defend the U.S. Constitution.
Hell
Amen.
yeah,
Bro, I'm
brother.
fucking British.
Imagine. Amen. Yeah. So, ain't playing anything else.
Nope, been watching some stuff though.
They are dropping
we'll talk about
that Rival Season 3 soon.
Yeah, I seen that trailer today. That shit, it looks sick. I can't wait for Blade and well, apparently he's gonna be the half season hero.
Also,
And
shout
then,
outs to Twitch for leaking the season 3 information early.
Love
That's
that.
so fucking funny. Clown show operation.
I didn't send it in the group chat just because I'm like, no, Kels is gonna want to be surprised by this.
Well, I seen it was like Blade's hero kit. It was like people leaking it. I was like, that can't be real. And then I seen the trailer drop. I'm like, oh shit, there he is.
I've been still trying to go through Age of Calamity. It does the thing which I really don't like now, which is like kind of what you're saying, is like it makes you look at the map every time you load back in, and there's just so much stuff on that map that I'm trying to clear out. I'm really having that moment. I'm trying to knock everything out. I'm like, I can't. I gotta just keep powering through. I could just finish the game tomorrow if I want, but there's stuff I can do. Now I'm like, I'm powering up characters I'm not even using, for fuck's sake, but whatever. But I should be done with that soon. I booted up, started up Death Stranding again, because
Oh yeah.
I keep seeing that screenshot of Death Stranding 2. You know the one I'm saying, right?
Which one?
The one that looks like it's like sparks going everywhere.
Yep.
Everyone's like, "Hey, look at this screenshot of Death Stranding 2." I'm like, that looks fucking incredible. And then you see like
Dude,
instant loading and all that. I'm like, I need to get into it. I need to.
I want to play it so fucking bad, but I have to get through Expedition 33.
Yep.
I have to.
I'm so glad I have no desire or care for it.
Oh god.
I don't know. I'm in, and yeah, I'm only maybe an hour or so in, but I didn't forget because I remember enjoying it a lot the first time. But man, when you're walking and like the music hits, you're like, yeah, that shit just
Yeah, whenever the first time you hear Low Roar kick in,
Yep.
that shit's so good.
Mm-hmm. Like it's really really gorgeous the way that lands. I also don't know how I forgot, but I forgot that whenever I get to a cutscene, I can put the control down for a little while.
Right.
So
It's a Kojima game, of course you can.
yeah, I have not played a Kojima game in I mean Revengeance, but Revengeance is on the lighter end of all that.
That's not Kojima either.
Right. Dude, what the fuck? Have I played a Kojima game all the way through before?
Probably slept through one before.
I don't think I played a Kojima game before.
Hell yeah, Metal Gear Solid 3. Let's go, baby.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I have. Unless you're counting like count PT, then sure.
There you go. That counts.
Yeah.
I completed a Kojima demo.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, you figure like I wasn't a PlayStation person, right? So,
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
That's true.
but yeah, so I knew that was a thing though. So, here my ass is. I'm like, all right, cool. So I start bringing snacks now. I'm like, all right, let's just got to a cutscene, like, and watch this movie for a little bit.
See, like Death Stranding's such a weird game for me because like I'm the person that like I love the package delivery and that's so fun to me, but I hate like all the BT stuff. That's like the worst part for me. I'm just like constantly avoiding it. The
Interesting.
combat, like all of that.
I haven't got to the combat
See,
yet.
that's the cruel irony is like the package delivery I didn't mind, but as soon as I saw everything else about it, I'm like, oh, this is just fucking Kojima huffing his sparks again. I don't care. The cruel irony is I feel like I'd actually probably really enjoy the gameplay of it.
You'd enjoy the story too. The story's great.
I love the cutscene, the first cutscene when that introduces you again, where you're like in that
With
car.
Fragile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. When you're in the truck when you first like crash out.
Oh yeah, with the body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I fucked with that cutscene a lot. Let's see. I got further than I did on Death Stranding recently. Only 11% through the game now. I was caught off guard when I saw one of the packages was a companion cube from Portal.
See, those are like the quirks and shit that I love seeing in Kojima's games. He did a lot with like Ape Escape and other IPs back during the Metal Gear Solid days.
And they're doing that. They're bringing that back for the remake too. There's a Barman mission I think I saw, or like an Ape Escape one.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
One day we'll
The
get a
VR
new
modes
Ape
were always
Escape.
fun.
No, we
One
won't.
day. I hope. I wish. I would hope so. Like after the Astrobot, not fiasco, but phenomenon, they could bring
Yeah.
back something like Ape Escape. That seems like very.
Yeah.
whimsical
Well, I
and
also
fun.
wish we could get Banjo, but we can't all have what we want, right?
Yeah, that's true.
I wish these companies would be like, hey, bring these IP back. I love a new IP, but I love resurrecting an old ass IP out of nowhere too. That shit's so gas.
Yep. 100%.
It's like when I love the reaction to Onimusha, dude. Like it's fun when you say only the real ones know, you know.
Mm.
Watch his reactions. I was like,
Yeah.
"What is this?" And like the real ones know, like 1 second, like, "Holy shit, that's Onimusha."
Well, that happened with me and David too, because weren't we watching that whenever they first showed
Yeah.
it? We were both like, "Is this fucking Onimusha?"
It
Yeah.
was literally the first 3 seconds. We're like, wait, this tone.
Right. And that's like even though I don't know, right? Those are the reactions I like seeing because you can. It's like a litmus test for the real ones, right? Like, yeah, you're like, all right, these guys are the ones that know.
Right. Knowers are in the chat.
Let's see, what was Death Stranding, Age of Calamity, playing Smash. My buddy coming out here, he had to put it in my brain, and I know I've been saying this, but bagging truly is the way to win Knockout Tour, and it's unfortunate. Like I'm over here like, oh, look at him. I love the way he just comes in and just like looks at you. Look at him.
What's up, bro?
Yaw.
Yeah, so I'm playing a little bit of Mario Kart World as usual, and yeah, Knockout Tour is fun. That we talked about that patch last week, I think, right?
I don't think so. What was it? 'Cause
No.
I didn't quite look at it. I knew a bunch of people were bitching about it though.
So apparently in the online racing, which I've not done the online racing at all, but all I do is Knockout Tour. The racing, apparently people have been trying to mitigate the mid track or the transition parts, because I guess it'll give you some set of races, but it'll also give you like the mid race in between those, which is people don't like those. And I guess people have been circumventing that by going through and doing random tracks, but I forget what they did to it, but that doesn't let you do that anymore or something like that now.
Yeah, they made it so that way you can't vote on it anymore.
Right. So people trying to get around and play the way they want, Nintendo said, no, don't do that. Do it this way.
You're playing
You
it
have
the
to
wrong
play
way.
the way we want you to.
Yeah.
Which is always egregious when companies do that. So yeah, that's been a thing because yeah, people don't like the intermission tracks at all. They just want to do that, and it gives you a better variety too, right? Because you go, apparently Rainbow Road's gonna be really fucking rare now too, because you gotta depend on that. Fuck it, I'm just knockout tour guy, dude. I'm living my life. I think that's it. David, what's been happening this week?
Well, Carol's had a story about Magic the Gathering that I'm curious about.
Yeah, so they just recently announced a banned and restricted announcement, which is like
Now, real quick, is this for standard, legacy, vintage?
So it's mainly standard. A
Oh
few things.
shit, this is a standard ban.
Oh, and it's a big one. There's like numerous cards being banned.
Fucking Wizards never ban shit from standard. Holy fuck! All right.
Yeah, so it's a few different ones. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards. So the first one, it's called Corey Stillcutter. This is the one I think is like the newest one.
Okay.
It's from a relatively new set. So it's an artifact equipment. It's 1 in red. Equipped creature gets +1/+1 and has trample and haste.
Ooh.
And it has flurry. A 1/1 white monk creature token with prowess. You may attach this equipment to it.
Holy fuck! All right, and it's equip of 2. All right, shit.
Yeah. But this one was used very widely. So the context of all of this is like, I think either last week or the week before was the Magic Pro Tour like finals. And this card specifically was in like a lot of decks that were present there. I think it was Is it Prowess is the deck that was using it. So the next card is called Monstrous Rage. It's an instant. Target creature gets +2 attack until end of turn. Create a monster roll token attached to it. So it's pretty much parentheses. If you control another roll on it, put that on one into the graveyard. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1 and has trample.
Holy fuck! They basically gave Red a baby version of Giant Growth. All right.
Exactly, it's pretty much Giant Growth. And this one was another one that was used in the mono red aggro deck. So they essentially used the Pro Tour and they did like this. I guess this wasn't like a scheduled banning like they have, like a scheduled meta update. This was like, okay, direct reaction of it. We're going to ban these cards and like some peripheral ones as well. The other ones don't seem like as like bad. Like they seem relatively well statted. There's a 1-cost red creature. It's a 1/1 Heartfire hero. It's Valiant. Whenever Heartfire hero becomes the target of a spell or ability you control for the first time each turn, put +1/+1 on it. And whenever it dies, it deals damage equal to its power to each opponent. I mean, they all seem relatively fair. Besides,
yeah,
like,
they're it's basic shit that Green would normally have.
Right.
But Jesus Christ! All right, Adrian. For context for you, this is like if in a fighting game. Let's say Arc System Works suddenly decided that Unga Bunga was not a valid strategy, and they decided to just go ahead and ban any just rushdown character.
Interesting.
Rushdown characters are not allowed. Just get rid of them all.
Yeah, it really makes
me. This is the equivalent of what that ban is doing.
Yeah, it really makes me wonder because they're trying to nerf the aggro here. It makes me wonder, is like Control really just in that bad position, or did they just not develop well for Control, you know?
Well, here's the thing. Speaking as someone that, when I played Magic competitively, predominantly played Control, very rarely is Control ever in a good spot.
Right.
That's the little known secret that people don't tell you, is as much as Control can be infuriating, it's never in a phenomenal spot. Except during a certain time, during the Zendikar block, when we had a certain piece of shit that was never banned. And anyone that played Magic back during the Zendikar block remembers this little fucker, and that's Jace the Mind Sculptor, where he broke all the rules for Planeswalkers. Planeswalkers were only introduced the set before, and already we had one of these motherfuckers that broke the rules of them. He was the first 4-ability Planeswalker. Not only that, but he was a planeswalker so fucking powerful, any deck that was running blue at minimum sideboarded Baby Jace in order to nuke regular Jace. And other decks were finding reasons to splash blue, either to play Jace or to be able to go ahead and, again, sideboard Baby Jace into their deck, because this card fucking wrecked the meta. Not only that, but this was also during a time where Wizards of the Coast went out of their way to change the verbiage for how Oblivion Ring worked, because Emrakul was too much to deal with. To give
Yeah.
you,
Oh no, you're
but
good.
they never banned anything during that time. Emrakul was allowed to run wild. Jace was allowed to run wild. Fucking Cobblade, the most bullshit fucking deck in recent fucking memory, was allowed to goddamn run wild. And nowadays they're banning fucking shit. Like this strategy is tame compared to what Cobblade was.
Yeah, so it looks like they effectively both of the top two decks, they effectively banned two different cards out of it.
Jesus Christ, that is some dumb, short-sighted shit right there.
I just think I don't know, especially because when did Corey even come out? Because I'm relatively sure Corey Stillcutter was a super recent inclusion.
Yeah, because it looks like it was another return to Tarkir set.
Oh yeah, that was Tarkir Dragonstorm.
Yeah.
That was literally like one of the newer.
Yeah, which also apparently I learned just like 2 days ago there might be going back to Lorwyn, which is fucking wild to me. Because I have many fond memories of the Lorwyn block. But yeah, fucking insane. I don't understand it. Like it feels so unnecessarily reactionary, because again, anytime you go ahead and you immediately make bans in response to the meta, you know, to give it into even better context for you, Adrian, that's like if they did decide to just ban Steve outright from Smash, like full on, just Steve's not allowed. And I know Steve from your community can be a controversial character conversation.
The
but,
tournament, the Mega Man one, there was no Steve. Funny enough, so they banned Steve at that tournament, but one player who does play Steve actually went to that tournament and said, "Fuck it, I'm still gonna show you guys I can do this without Steve." Got 5th place.
That's
Hell
awesome.
yeah.
Though.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
But
So
like when Evo was still allowed to have Smash, you know, they never banned Steve.
Well,
This
and
would be like Evo banned Steve.
Well, the thing about card games too, it's just like you can print cards to make the other archetypes better. Like you don't have to keep printing shit for mono red aggro, because and Magic is like, it's been around for decades now. Like mono red aggro is always going to have a place in in the meta. So why are you giving shit that you can just tell at face value is bust?
Also, again, Mono Red Aggro is the Unga Bunga fucking trading card game. It literally relies on top decking. You are just fucking going by the seat of your pants, hoping that whatever card you pull is gonna win you the game. And that is red. That is just red deck wins. Just, I don't know. Hopefully this card is good.
did you
and-
answer a pepperoni by the way?
Not yet. Let me. Take a
How
look at
frequent are
this.
bans in Magic? I'm not familiar with Magic scene, or at least how bad can bans be?
Insanely rare, especially for standard. Back when I played competitively, at least, we never had anything banned in standard.
Yeah, and from what I understand, I think now they have like a frequent like meta update that they do where they'll essentially put out a blog post and be like, it's good. And that's kind of like the basis of it. But now they just kind of came in and just like completely just swung the ban hammer.
Yeah, that's fucking insane. I played during some of the most toxic fucking times in standard for Magic. At least for modern. I mean, don't get me wrong. Back in the days of fucking shit was the set, the Arabian Nights set, when no one could agree on how banding actually fucking worked. Still to this day, you can ask 100 different people how fucking banding works, and you will get a different answer from all 100 people on how fucking banding works. But yeah, I had never seen a card in standard ban. usually wizards adjust a rhetera to be like, okay, this is how it works. So, for example, one of the most egregious examples of this is a card called Emrakul, Aeon's Titan. It's a 15/15. So literally, at the time of its release, it had the most attack damage and it had the most HP of anything up to that point that it ever released. It had a 15 mana cost, so you had to have 15 resources to cast it, but it was colorless, so you can use any resource. It had the abilities of flying, so any creature that didn't have flying or reach couldn't interact with it directly, so you could just swing over your opponent's monsters and attack them directly. It had trample, so anytime that you deal damage and you are blocked, any damage that is more than your opponent's creature's defense still is applied as damage to your opponent. It had Annihilator 6, which means just for the effect of swinging and attacking with the creature, your opponent has to sacrifice 6 cards on their side of the field. It had the ability of, if it were to ever be sent to the graveyard, instead it shuffles it and everything in your graveyard back into your deck. And if you cast it from your hand, you get to take another turn right after your current turn. And on top of that, the final nail in the coffin was it had protection from all colored spells. So, spells of Magic the Gathering are literally any fucking card. Every card is a spell. So the only thing that could technically work to destroy Emrakul or interact with Emrakul is anything that was colorless, which usually was very specific artifact cards. Very few cards interacted with it. So it meant that you couldn't counter it, really. You couldn't go ahead and use any removal cards. You couldn't do anything directly to it for any of the 5 color wheels that make Magic the Gathering what it is on this card. So they changed a rule to the Rhetera for a card called Oblivion Ring, which the way that the card is worded is as soon as it enters the field, you target another card and that card is exiled so long as Oblivion Ring is on the field. Now, targeting is normally the key word, where protection from normally protects you from being targeted by anything that is a color spell. So because it had that targeting keyword, it normally isn't supposed to work. They changed the Rhetera, though, that it made it so as part of the card cost to play Oblivion Ring, it exiles the card. So instead of making it so that way it specifically targeted Emrakul, they made it so that way as part of its cost to cast it, you did its effect, essentially. And they worked around how Emrakul worked, because that was the only way they could basically make that creature targetable by fucking anything. So even during at a time where a creature could remove your entire board, fly over all the shit you had, still do damage to you, even if it, just for the fucking audacity of casting it from your hand, could basically get you an extra turn on top of that, which then repeats the cycle against you, presumably with even less resources that you had to defend yourself with the first time around. They changed the way the rules even work so that card could still exist. They never banned it. By the way, fun fact, my very first tournament match when I played Magic the Gathering competitively was against a buddy of mine who summoned Emrakul on turn 4 on me. So that was a fun introduction of, fuck you, here's competitive Magic at its finest. But yeah, so wild to me that they would bother to do that.
Yeah, and it's just so funny because like I was saying, it was their Final Fantasy event for Magic Pro Tour Vegas.
Yeah.
And like I said, it was mono red aggro and then blue red aggro.
Too. Like absolutely good, but like, yeah, so was mirrored in when poison came abilities that allowed you to apply poison to your creatures and get trample. And I'm like, even during 2 wins in standard, they still weren't banning shit.
It's a new day. They're banning shit in Commander. They're banning shit in Standard. They're not afraid anymore.
They are only afraid. Adrian, what are your thoughts on that?
I don't really have any.
Damn,
fuck
he
'em.
doesn't even want to call them cowards.
Yeah, I don't know enough about the cards.
You know
I
enough
thought it was
about
funny.
competitive though to at least call them a coward for doing.
Sure.
I've seen there's a lot of people in the community that are very not happy about it.
I
That's so disgusting.
would like to transition to something. Let's talk about the Street Fighter casting so far.
Oh my god. Yeah, so
All
I
right.
guess the one that we seen the other day wasn't like accurate because now I seen like a someone else is in the talks for a certain role.
No, still one's in the air for our tribal chief.
So which
Roman
one was the
Reigns
one
is
that's not
Akuma.
accurate?
Guile wasn't the accurate one because I guess that one
Interesting.
is they're
Okay.
talking about Cody Rhodes is in talks to be
So-
Guile.
No, fuck off.
So let's
There
talk
it
about
is.
this.
Come on.
Let's go through this casting so far. Casting so far. That's not even the most ridiculous one. I think the ridiculous one is
It's
like
not
You, as a wrestling fan, that is the most fucking ridiculous one.
no,
The idea
it
of
doesn't
Cody
matter.
Rhodes,
I'm gonna be so biased right now. It's not still because there's one on here that's it's wild. So Andrew Koji is Ryu.
dope. Like
Good
it,
fucking
love it.
pick.
Noah
Yeah.
Centineo as Ken Masters.
Getting weird, but
Jason
I'll take it.
Momoa is Blanca.
Very
Dumb,
weird.
but
Why?
the
Yeah,
fun kind of dumb to me.
Roman
yeah,
Reigns
That's very fun though.
as Akuma.
What's the
That-
air?
Yeah, that's kind of a crazy one too.
Kaliana Liang as Chun Li.
That looks like it could be cool. It looks like they're going more of a like the Street Fighter 6 redesign with her, which I can kinda
Yeah.
dig it.
I'm gonna skip the one that I think is most crazy for the end. Orville Peck as Vega.
See, that's what I was wondering too. Like I feel like he'd make a good Vega, and I was wondering if they would actually cast him as Vega. You know, like how accurate that
Right.
casting is.
Andrew Schultz as Dan.
Very
Wait,
weird
Dan's
one too.
casted for it.
Yeah, and it's Andrew Schultz. He's a fucking comedian.
Yeah, who was beefing with Kendrick.
Perfect.
Yeah, he was the one that said he could rape Kendrick.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Yep. Uh,
Fucking what, mate?
David Desmalkian as M Bison.
Yeah, that one's so
Polka Dot
fucking
Man
weird
to
for him
M
to do.
Bison. We love that. We love that growth. And my personal favorite one is 50 Cent as Balrog.
Yeah,
Hell
that one's
yeah.
insane.
That one is pure insanity to me. 50
No,
Cent
I fuck with that. Fuck it.
is Balrog. Is
The
crazy.
second he made Blood in the Sand, I'm like, this man could be anything he wants.
We gotta make a fantasy pick really quick because I feel like these are fantasy picks, right? Like, what do we think is happening? Who's up next?
Well, apparently it's Cody Rhodes as Guile.
Jesus Christ. The American Nightmare is fucking.
Who else do we think we're gonna see in here? Like, what are the characters besides Guile?
All right, who's playing Dalsim? Which WWE
Oh,
wrestler is
Jesus
playing Dalsim?
You know what? Fuck it. Mansoor. We'll have Mansoor come out and be Dwayne is the God. Yeah. Dwayne the Rock Johnson is the God. Let's go.
That'd be funny. I don't know. See, we say that, but David Desmalkian as M Bison is not something I had on my bingo card.
I mean, we're still missing an obvious character in Cammy. Like, who?
Right. That's like, yeah.
Who would be Cammy?
Okay. So David,
Yeah.
walk with me here. Zangief. Rusev?
Oh, Rusev would be fun. Rusev, I'm not gonna lie, I would fuck with Rusev as Zangief.
Just give him a mohawk. He can do it.
I don't. You know what though? Like, for the meme, I would say fuck it, and I would fucking race swap him and have it be Omos.
So here's the issue. And I mean, we're laughing at this, but let's bring it back for a second. It's Kitao Sakurai is taking over the project this year. Development of the script is stalled.
Imagine that.
Well, it's kind of, well, we were talking about it before. The Raka Raka boys were originally tied to it. and then they fell
Yeah.
off. So I think this might just be in development hell. But it sounds like WWE is trying to push it through now or something.
Right,
like,
but this goes with what James Gunn was saying last week. Why are we making something without a fucking script?
yeah.
And also, who the fuck signs off on something without the script done?
Fuck,
That
I
too.
actually just thought of because of WWE involvement, a fucking perfect pick, but she just got injured, so I doubt it's happening. I was like, you know what, Liv Morgan as Cammy would be something I'd kind of fuck with, but
We need one of the Japanese wrestlers for Armika.
yeah, fucking Asuka, done, easy heartbeat. Or you know, what? Actually, you know what, make it Io Sky,
Yeah,
and
I
then
think
throw in
Io
a
would be
trash
dope.
can spot for giggles.
Uh,
I really fucking hope that Cody Rhodes thing is true, because goddamn, it's the dumbest fucking. I want that to be true, just on for how dumb that fucking is.
Let me see if I can find it.
Oh my god.
I think it was like a big account retweeting it.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
shit.
discussing film. Cody Rhodes and talk to Stars Guile.
yeah, that's
Oh,
been
God,
that was.
God.
Let me see what I saw. I saw it on the this
Holy
article
fuck.
I was just on right now.
We're gonna get a goddamn Cody Cutter from Guile somewhere in this goddamn film.
Yeah, there's a meme that says Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns 3, but it's in the new Street Fighter movie.
Fucking give me my rubber chicken moment. Just throw in a goddamn rubber chicken and it's fucking perfect. Guile's gotta confront Kuma, get his ass kicked, and fucking Dan's
Have you
gonna throw a
guys-
rubber chicken on him.
Don't mean to get you guys too excited, but the latest draft of the Street Fighter script was written by the guy that wrote Brave New World.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Woo.
Just-
Whee!
all you Brave New World stands out there, just be ready for that.
My body is Reggie. You know what? Fuck it. Here's the thing about when it comes to like a live action Street Fighter anything. I honestly just want weird, wild casting. I genuinely have a soft spot still for the original Street Fighter film. I fuck with Raw Julia as Bison. Like he is the worst fucking casting for Bison, but I fucking love it. Actually, everyone in that film, beautiful, perfect fucking cast. Kylie Minogue as Cammy, why not? Let's fucking go with it. Jean-Claude Van Damme as Guile, perfect. But that's what I want. I think that at the end of the day is what I want. I just want absurd, dumb casting. Because the only live action Street Fighter that actually was decent for being close to the source material was Assassin's Fist. And in a cruel bit of irony, while it was actually pretty close to the source material and was pretty solid, it was also one of the most boring.
So, looking at the cast, it kind of looks like they might be just doing Street Fighter 2. Because it's kind of looking like they're rounding out that cast, right?
Who do we have
Well,
left
that's all
then?
they do with Street Fighter or Street Fighter 2.
Who do we have left? Just Cammy? Cammy Guile?
No, we have, of course, Dalsim,
All right.
Sagat, E Honda.
DJ, well, again, it depends if we're doing like 2 World Warrior, etc. But yeah, we need Blanca, we need Dalsim, DJ.
Well, apparently Blanca's going to be Jason Momoa, so.
Oh, that's right. We gotta have Blanca. We need, yeah.
Yeah,
so we need
DJ is a big one. Zangief.
Do we have
Sagat, and
Honda?
Honda? No, not Honda yet.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Fuck, I could see
Yeah, we're
actually the
pretty
Cody
close.
Rhodes casting now, especially if they preemptively did. Oh man, I'm curious now to understand like how actually involved WWE is in the fucking production of the film.
It's kind of sounding like TKO or like that Saudi money might be funding some of it if this is what's happening.
If they're trying to push it through, though, I mean, they need to step on it, though.
Oh yeah, T-Hawk. That's another good one.
Oh yeah, T-Hawk. Fuck. You know what? Fuck it. Tatanka at age 60 comes out of retirement to play T-Hawk.
Yeah, I hate how like the longer I look at the cast list, the more I'm like, huh,
That's Malkian is I don't know where they got that and Bison from. There had them in something there. I can't squint and see it.
And I think Walton Goggins is tied to it as well, like tied to the movie. But I don't know if his is like fully cast, like if he has like the actual role or what. But I can't see Walton Goggins playing an actual fighter.
Anyway, there you go. That's Street Fighter. Oh, T-Hawk?
Yeah, you know what? Fuck it. Slap a blonde wig on her and Rhea Ripley's cam. Fuck it.
Oh, T-Hawk.
Australian accent and all.
You know what? T-Hawk can be played by Ludwig Kaiser. Fuck it. Seems how he has taken over Chad Gable playing El Grande Americano.
Crazy Pepperoni. I think he might pull off the personality of M. Bison. See, that's what I'm thinking too. I think he could play the role fine. It's just the physical aspect of M. Bison. I don't think he matches with it all.
It's fine. Raul Julia did perfect as Bison. So
That's an opinion.
I will fight with anyone. The original Street Fighter live action film is a fucking masterpiece.
Yeah, how are we going from that Guile to Cody Rhodes?
How do we go from Jean-Claude Van Damme to Cody Rhodes?
Yeah, give me an actual fucking martial artist. God damn. Can't be that hard. I mean, Andrew Koji, he's a martial artist, so I mean, they can't do it for the rest of the fucking cast.
Fine, Cody's got the
Unfortunate.
disaster kick. It's like 3 stages removed from a flash kick, but it's kind of the same. So
He's halfway there. Give him the hair, slap a wig on him. He'll be fine. See, that's why I wonder. I wonder if they're gonna do shit like that. Especially, I mean,
God.
I guess if they're planning on doing Blanca, they can at least give him a fucking flat top, right?
fucking A, I'm just picturing a ginger Jason Momoa, and it's the most hideous fucking thing in my brain.
Ginger Jason Momoa doing green face.
Jason Momoa thought he was gonna be the Hulk. Little did he realize.
He's being racist towards Brazilians. Yeah, that's just so crazy to me. I just don't see how you like. How the fuck do you translate Blanca to like a live action movie? That's so crazy.
I'm just thinking about that. Like, we're gonna see Jason Momoa curl up in a ball like Sonic the fucking Hedgehog, and he's just gonna be fucking photoshopped rolling across the screen. But we're gonna see this fucking 7-foot dude curl up and grab his knees in the fetal position and electroshock everyone. Dude, it's fucking bigger than I am, and he's just gonna be eating his goddamn knees like, feel the lightning. He's gonna be speaking like a goddamn caveman. Blanca like banana. And because it's modern Capcom, they're gonna find an excuse for the Blanca costume to be in there. So they may even just have him wear the Blanca costume initially, and then have him bust out as Blanca proper. So you're gonna see Jason Momoa cosplaying Blanca as he's playing Blanca.
It's so many layers of Blanca.
Fucking make it happen. I don't care if this is currently the vision or not. It needs to happen.
Oh, hold on.
You know what? Fuck it. Put me in for charge of this movie. I got it.
Oh, you know what they should? They should bring back Paul Walker and put him in Street Fighter as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's
he could be
fucking do it.
Nash, back from the dead.
Because they're already bringing his ass back for the next fucking Street Fighter. Or not Street Fighter, for next Fast and Furious.
Yeah, that's so
Hell
crazy.
yeah.
I mean, what they also said it was supposed to be like more street level. They're going back to actual street racing. It's
They
like,
say
cool.
that every
Like,
time, though.
well, they said that, and it's like, all right, cool, I like that. And they're like, and Paul Walker's gonna be back. It's like, wait.
I was like, I want to look at the videos. Like, is everyone cheering? Yeah, of course everyone's cheering.
Like, what do you mean he's coming?
We've counted his ashes on screen.
Right, exactly. You didn't fucking desecrate a grave, did you? Please specify.
Dude, okay, hold on. I'm doing extremely off tangent. not remotely similar to this, but shout out to Joel again. And I forgot about
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
This happened 2 weeks ago. Did I tell you guys about this? Where Joel tweeted out, "Hey, at Grok, why does it hurt?"
Yeah.
You'll never know what Grok replied with.
What was that?
Take a guess. Like, what do you think if you send out to a tweet to Grok asking, "Hey, why does it hurt?" What do you think you might get? Just genuinely.
I'm expecting something sexist, like because you're a woman or something like that.
No. Just like what's the most generic thing you might get?
See a doctor if it hurts.
Yeah, that's fair. I got, hey, the pain you might feel might stem from recent events like Albert Ojwang's death in Kenyan police custody, which sparked outrage over police brutality and lack of accountability. Autopsy showed he was assaulted, not self-injured, fueling protests and highlighting systemic issues. His arrest for criticizing police online also raised concern about free speech. The government's steps, like arresting officers and investigating, aim to address this, but skepticism remains due to a history of impunity. This collective frustration and loss could explain why it hurts. If you meant something else, please clarify.
Christ.
And then someone
Fucking
responded
Grok
back
went
saying,
woke on Musk.
someone responded saying, "Hey Grok, why are you useless? She is clearly talking about existential pain of being alive." And then Grok replied, "I hear your point about existential pain, which is real and often expressed online as a struggle with life's meaning. But their question can also refer to the pain over Albert Ojwang's death, a tragic event sparking outrage in Kenya. Without more context, both interpretations are valid. I have to consider all angles naturally, existential or specific. Can they clarify what they meant? That helped me respond better."
I really wish he commented back and be like, "No, you got it, Grok. That's exactly why."
Dude, oh, hold on.
This is the one time you gotta hear me say it. The AI is kind of based.
No, so I me and my friend we decided to look on ChatGPT and we decided
Chat CBT.
we figured, you know what's actually kind of like, because he brought up is mid-set coaching, does looking up AI mid-set count as mid-set coaching? And that's a pretty interesting question to pose. On that topic, I decided, you know what would be kind of interesting is I looked up players and I asked what AI thinks of their play style and how to analyze that stuff. Because you can actually use Google's AI Gemini. You can put YouTube videos on it and have the AI analyze the video for you and figure out play styles and stuff like that. And so we were looking up things and we were trying to see how obscure we can go. We were like, hey, tell me about this player. Tell me about this player. Tell me about this player. You try to see. And I looked up myself on there and it had a few things on it. But unironically, so a lot of it, actually, ChatGPT kind of gives you just generic advice. Like, kind of like, it's not really specific enough yet. But, it's like, all right, well, they play this character, which means you might want to do this, and this, and this, or whatever, But get this. I looked up myself, and ChatGPT had the best read of all time on me. Like, it's unironically like the exact advice you would give someone to fight me. It says, Depunked has an old school fundamentals, patient, methodical, not too flashy. That means if you out-adapt and punish his repeat patterns, he'll fold. You don't beat Mega Man with brute force, you beat him by dissecting his flowchart. I'm like, Jesus Christ. That's unironically how you would actually beat me. Well, so I'm like, cool. Thanks, ChatGPT, for giving me out like that.
Just called out.
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah, there's a lot of people locally that are trying to get an AI model to like learn like how to process card games and stuff. But it just always makes me laugh because it never works. I'm just sitting here like, dumbass. Fucking stupid AI can't fucking work out what mana costs are. Idiot.
Yeah,
I've been doing this since middle school.
You know, it'd be kind of funny. I say it as if it's not going to be an issue, right? But what if you're running at like a Hearthstone tournament or something like that, and you ask AI, what move should I make, right?
Well, like that thing happened with Dr. Lupo in the chess tournament. Like people think that he was like feeding in the results to like, because you can legit do that with chess. Like you can, I forget the word for it, but there's like a terminology for it. It's like the one-to-one best move. So I
Optimal.
really wonder, yeah, the optimal move. And like, I guess it's the thing. Like, once you get good enough, you'll know. Be like, there's no way they can make that decision in that amount of time
Right.
to make the optimal move. It's something that you see like later. Like, okay, this was what the optimal move would be. So it really makes me wonder if that's something that you could train like an AI for like a set card pool and be able to understand and process like the rock paper scissors aspect to it.
Right, but then that puts into validity a lot of online games, huh?
Right, exactly.
Interesting.
But the big thing with like card games specifically though is like it can tell you what the optimal move is, but you might not have that card, right?
Right.
It, it's like, okay, you beat it by doing this. Like, great, I don't have that, or the variation is there where I'm
But
just
what if it
not
was
drawing
able to
the
like
card.
visually look at it like your hand?
Right. And
That's when
just
it
lead
gets
you
into.
down the right path. Yeah.
Hey, but if you imagine if you beat someone that was using an AI, you're like, fuck you, man. Got your
Exactly.
ass.
That's what
Got
makes
both
me
your
laugh
asses.
whenever exactly. That's what makes me laugh when these people are like, yeah, well, I built this deck using AI, and it's like, oh yeah, how'd it go? Like, didn't go good. It's like, yeah, fuck them.
Yeah.
That's
David, you got
why I
any-
loved whenever Scrub showed up to fucking tournaments. Like, I just looked up the best deck and they came here with it. Yeah, and
Right.
did you take any time practicing? No.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's that much worse than net decking too. It's that added. It's like net decking, but you add AI on top of it. It's like, ooh, fuck you. I hope you don't do.
I mean, we all net deck at some point when we're trying to understand basic
Oh,
strategy,
for
but come the
sure.
fuck on.
But whenever it's like, oh yeah, this deck just won the Pro Tour last week, and you're playing it, but you've never played it before,
Yeah.
something's happening.
Like, you've literally never had these cards, and all of a sudden you're showing up with fucking $1,000 worth of cards. Okay.
Answer. Any other big news that happened this week?
I don't think so. I think it's been a quiet fucking week.
Oh, I mentioned earlier about the CGI baby. We didn't talk about
Yeah.
that. The so Squid Game season 3 or 3, they just call it Squid Games 3 came out. Um and there's some really absurd use of CGI in there. There's a CGI baby that's used for like quite a bit of time, like the last 3 or so episodes. And then there's a CGI dog that's used for like one scene. And it's really
Okay.
fucking weird. It's like, why is this money spent here? Surely you could have cut out scenes or like not shown the baby. But it's like it's so obvious. Like for me at least, whenever I'm watching, I'm just like, dude, you don't need to be doing that. It's just
That's
so
fucking weird.
unnerving. Very weird. But other than that, it was okay. Very bleak ending to it. The whole season is very depressing. So
which is probably why the fucking creators like losing teeth.
see, I feel like season 3 is definitely a commentary on like the whole situation in general, but it's so weird because so we know that they're doing the American like English version with
Right.
David Fincher through Netflix, and this kind of sets up that at the very end. It definitely feels like a tacked on scene that maybe the creator didn't have added to it.
Interesting.
So the series ends with the front man of the Korean one. So the series ends with the scene
So
that you
should
see.
is it worth watching after season 1?
Yeah, I think it is. Like it's still enjoyable. The story arc of the main character Jihan is still great. It's up there as like one of the great television story arcs, especially where you see him come from in season 1 to season 3. It feels like two different like actors
Even the
playing the
beginning of
same
season 1 and
character.
season 2, or beginning of season 1 and end of it.
Oh even through that, it feels like a completely different person's playing the character. It's insane. And
Okay.
then even more so going into the second and third season. And there's definitely really good performances, really good actors. I feel like they're all three worthwhile watch for sure.
Okay.
It's whenever you get into the meta stuff, it's just like, okay, god damn it. Of course, it's in Roblox, it's in Fortnite, it's now becoming like it's a Mr. Beast bullshit. They have a live action reality show for it. Netflix is trying to spin it off into an American version. It's whenever it's doing all that, it's like, okay, this is kind of getting tiring. But that season 1's 100% like a flash in the pan type of I think it should remain like a mini series like that, but I don't hate the season 2 and 3.
Well, season
Yeah,
one
'cause
could have for sure just ended that way, and it would have been really cool,
Oh,
like
one-
ambiguous, like
Yep, 100%. It was fine.
I feel like the format would have lent itself well to just being like an anthology.
That too, 100%. Like I wouldn't have minded it if we just went like if they instead of like the whole hubbub with like continuing this and then it gets spun off into an American one. Why not just like you do Squid Game season 2, but you're in Germany or something. You're in like just another position, new situation, maybe the same people at the head of it, you know. Like there's so much shit that they could have done, but instead they're like, no, we're just gonna milk this story dry until
Right.
it's like just almost to the point of like nothing left there, and then we're just gonna go off and do our American version with
it's a really
David
cool
Fincher now.
concept, but yeah.
I mean, season 2 went woke, so I mean, it was clearly
Right.
going to be downhill anyways.
But the creator definitely, or the writer, whatever, but to me it's the same guy. He probably overdid it himself because he put himself through so much stress, and I'm like, brother.
Yeah, I can see that, especially in that last season. It's super bleak, like the ending and the story for it and everything. It's like you can tell this guy is like kind of thumbing his nose at certain people that take that like Squid Games for the wrong reasons.
Yeah, I mean, and we talked about it last week where like what was it, Kojima saying he wanted to write something that everyone liked, something like that, but
yeah,
and what was it? What was the other thing that we were talking about that with that?
because he was like actively focused.
No, Neil Druckmann with Last of Us.
Oh yeah,
And then what was it? What was that book you made by David? The one with he and like
House of Leaves.
or with was it Pinhead or Eraserhead?
Oh, yes, the Scarlet Gospel,
Yeah. So I
Yeah.
get that sometimes.
where he basically just wanted people to stop fucking using Pinhead for shit 'cause he was tired of the characters being used. So he wrote the book explicitly to be like, we're gonna kill anything and everything interesting about this character.
It's fascinating really when that happens, but yeah, I could see him doing that because Squid Game is a weird phenomenon, and it was a commentary, but then like you see like costumes of it all around, right? And people were like really into it in that way.
Well, like the whole thing
Commentary
is like
mass market appeal.
yeah, exactly. The commentary on like mass market appeal, people like consumerism and shit as a whole, and then it's like, oh, it's in Call of Duty. Oh, you can buy the skin in Fortnite. Oh, you can participate in the Squid Games on Roblox. It's like, yeah, this wasn't the point, but it got a bunch of views, so we're going to make it the point.
Yeah. It's funny how we watch that, right? Everyone watches this thing where everyone dies, and I was like, that sounds fun.
Right, exactly. Yep.
I
nope,
could
our
do
kid-
well in that.
I could do well in that. My kid's gonna play his own version of that on his tablet later.
They're gonna pop on the Nintendo and have a good time.
Right.
Ooh, apparently, YouTube Shorts have surged past TikTok. There's shorts have
Oh,
an
yes.
average of 200 billion views per day.
Speaking of which, shout out to YouTube for now reintroducing ads back into YouTube Premium.
That was
Yeah.
it's a different tier of it, right?
Of course.
For now.
Well, that's
for
how
now.
they usually do it, right? It's like,
Yeah.
oh, we're taking ads out. Oh, now we're putting ads back in, but don't worry, you can pay us more to not have ads.
And now it's like, except for our very important sponsors.
Right. Our the people who give us the most money, you have to watch.
That's why you just don't pay for that shit. Ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba.
Wow. Person said I haven't finished season 1, but it's one of those series I would want to watch all the way through now that all seasons are out. Yeah, season 1 is great.
Yeah.
Season 1's amazing. I need to see how it turned out. I was iffy on the twist of season 1, but we'll see how it turns out because I'm still kind of like, I could have done without it, but I'm sure that there was a lot more obviously to tell about that.
Wait, what twist?
Don't want to spoil it for A Pepperoni, but
Okay.
I'll put it in the chat right now.
Gotcha.
There you go. Oh, sorry, the signal chat.
Oh.
My bad.
Oh yeah, okay.
I know there's more about that. Like obviously there's a lot more about that, but
You get hints at it, but nothing explicit.
interesting. I'll probably
Like
put it in the
something
list.
happens really weird in the last episode. We're like, wait, what the fuck was that?
Okay.
Yeah, now that it's all because season 3 is the last for this storyline, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah,
now that
it's Finn.
completely done. Yeah. Now that it's completely done, I might have the partner start binging it with me. So I watched season 1, and then when I realized there was going to be more, I was like, I'll just wait till it's all done, and then I'll go back to it.
Right. See, I didn't realize there was going to be more than just 2. So I finished 2 and it ends on the cliffhanger. I'm like, all right, well, I'll go fuck myself.
You played yourself.
Yeah.
Anything else we got on the list?
No,
Oh,
I didn't
did
get
y'all see the
shit.
Pirate Software and Stop Yelling Game situation?
No,
Yeah, I
haven't
just
been
feel
following
completely vindicated that from the very start, I kind of felt like that dude was a schwarmy asshole. And the more stuff that he does, the more I just feel vindicated. So,
Yeah, I
The
didn't
only
put.
thing I know about the only thing I know about him is a guy at work is a religious Blizzard fan, and he bitches about that dude constantly. So
I didn't realize that that was the person or people, I don't know who it consists of, that made Heartbound.
yeah.
That was like always on top of my Steam wish list, but it never did because it never left early access.
well,
Yep, that's that guy. Old Thor.
Yeah, very interesting. I got into something with someone on Twitter because they were talking shit on Moist Critical for just now talking about it. Because even Moist Critical was like, yeah, I should talk about this earlier. That was like my bad. And they were like talking about like, oh, he's a fucking idiot moron for just saying it just now. Why couldn't he have said this earlier? It's like, can we not like get mad at everything? Like, Jesus
Right.
Christ, like, brother, you're getting mad at someone that's on your side.
Right. You're not on my side in the right way, though.
Yeah.
well, that's the thing is like, especially nowadays, the fucking purity tests have become such a weird extra thing with every community as of late.
Yep.
Can do you just get mad at every little thing that happens? Like at that point, like how that must
Right.
be exhausting. That you're like, oh fucking, I'm like, all right,
It's like, yep, you got it, dude. You win. You got me.
man. One day, I'll stop arguing with people, and I'm gonna take Keanu Reeves' advice. I think we talked about it on the podcast before, but I love the way he said it. He's like, I've gotten to a point in my life where if someone says 1 + 1 = 4, I'm just like, you know what, you got it, dude. Cool. I'm like,
That's how I am.
yeah, you've gotten to a point where I need to be at, but sometimes I just keep prodding prodding the hornet's nest sometimes because it's also kind of funny.
I'm there like 80% of the time, and once in a grand while, some stupidity fucking makes me go, no, I'm not.
I saw a video today that someone decided to he made some accounts and started I don't know what the word is. I'm gonna say cosplaying as a right winger on Twitter, just to see how far they can get, and then they started trying to gaslight them into thinking they were wrong after like a couple, like 10 days I think they gave themselves. And so they had they went one. It's funny, they took pictures of them, and one of his pictures was him with like sunglasses in the car. The other one was him with a bandana around his face holding an assault rifle outside. And then another one was him
Obligatory Punisher picture.
and the other one was him
Right.
as a blonde woman. But one of the accounts was specifically like Trump based. The other one was specifically like Elon based, and the other one was just the one was just kind of like just a general grifter where it's like they would make a thing, they'd say like some outlandish statement, someone would reply back, and they'd say, "Please stop making fun of me." They just reply back with that. But they started this experiment literally just as Trump and Elon had their public breakup. And then
That's so funny.
and then it also happened, and that's when the bombing in Iran happened. They're like, holy shit, I picked the fucking craziest time for this.
That revenue coming in.
But
Yeah.
I mean, they got like in 10 days, one of them ended up getting like about over 1,000 followers. The other one got about 900, I think, or something like that. But yeah, even in the video though, at one point they start kind of crashing out where it was the deportation stuff, and yeah, even the guy that's making the video just had to like have a crash out moment. He's just like, "Are you fucking stupid right now?" Like, holy shit, because some of the takes are incredible.
Nah, there's sometimes whenever I'm talking to people online, I'm like, yeah, dead internet theory is a real thing. It has to be. There's no way that this person is this person.
Yeah.
This-
What was it? I saw it today. Let me see. Where is this at? I just saw this. I like this, or I made a comment. Yeah, there you go. There it is. There was some whole thing about because they're remaking The Running Man. Edgar Wright's remaking The Running Man.
Yeah.
yeah, that trailer is crazy.
Of course, here you go. Some guy's just like woke, and someone's like, how? Well, where? Or no, sorry, it's a DEI nonsense. And the guy said, "Yeah, this is engagement because your trashy paid badge or a constant use of AI drained you of your brain cells. Explain out this is DEI." And the guy goes, "Black wife with a kid within 10 seconds of the trailer starting. People are sick of this kind of information warfare constantly being crammed down our throats." And then respond back, "Interracial couple in 2025. Oh my god." And then he goes,
Yeah,
"Yeah, we're sick of this shit. It's never ending. Every commercial, every show, every magazine ad, every movie." And I responded back with, "Yeah, you're a bot. No one says magazines these days.
yeah. for
No,
real.
no human talks about magazines these days. Bot, done, blocked."
My Newsweek.
Yeah, in what world does
My
anyone
weekly
actively
paper.
complain about magazines? Like that's not a thing.
I had a low key moment with one of my family members, kind of like that, a couple weeks ago. It was when I was dealing with the shit with Lisa there, my mom, and I was talking to one of my family members, and I was like, it's because I had to be the one to deal with her and to fucking set her off into the sunset to tell her to never fucking bother anyone else in the family again. And then as I was talking to my other family member after the fact, like, it's fucking crazy the insane state of this family. And I kind of had like a heart to heart with them about how fucking dumb our family is. Like I'm like, I don't fucking get along with any of you. Like, real talk, I don't really like interacting with most of you. I have nothing in common with like any of you really. And then we got into the topic of representation and stuff. And you're like, yeah, it's one of those things. It's not like we hate any other people. It's just, when you start seeing so many of something else on the screen, it's like they're checking a checkbox in order to kind of have something there. And I'm like, you were almost you almost got the point. You almost understood that they're trying to have representation because there wasn't any before. You were so close.
It's like
so fucking close.
when they get frustrated, like, why don't I ever see white people in couples like that? I'm like, I thought you said it didn't matter. Didn't it not matter a little while ago? Like, like why is that? Why does it matter now? Do you feel underrepresented? Okay, interesting. So let's use our brain cells. Let's go from there for a second, guys.
Let's use some critical thinking.
Yeah, like we're getting there. We're getting there. We're almost there.
I think it's to be a
Well, it's so
fucking
funny to
class
me too.
now.
Like that movie, they want to bitch about DEI, like, oh, the interracial couple. It's like you're gonna be really surprised to learn the guy that wrote this story, he doesn't fucking like you either, or
Yeah.
what you represent.
Yeah.
Do you follow Stephen King? Have you seen anything that he's posted politically?
Oh my god, fucking. Lord
He
and
said
Savior.
N-words okay though. Why am I not allowed to say that?
He
Right.
fights about children fucking and having orgies. Why it should be okay. I still can't defend it. for in the book.
You can't
The
defend what?
man will. So in
No, I'm just
It-
kidding. I know.
Okay,
You said
that
you
was
can't
it.
defend it.
Yeah. I don't know why that man will still fucking die on the hill for that fucking scene, but he needs to fucking stop. But fuck, where was I even originally going with that now? Crap, I don't remember. I was gonna go on another tirade. I don't remember where that tirade was leading me.
Really quick side tangent too. Kind of funny is
Hell
playing
yeah.
Death Stranding 2, and every time they're playing it, they're also walking.
Oh god, they just have walking pads and they're playing on.
Yeah.
That sounds insane.
Yeah, April said, "What are you talking about? I'm 20. I read the daily news paper whenever I'm on the crapper." There you go.
Don't you guys have phones?
No, I read the back of the shampoo bottles.
That's what I forgot my phone. My fucking hands reach. Time to learn what the fuck I'm actually putting in my hair.
Is that about it?
I think so.
I think that do be about it.
All right. Yeah. All right, y'all. Thanks for listening. David, send us out.
Remember, it's not DEI to have people of multiple colors. That's just how the fucking world is. Also, shout outs to the big, beautiful bill passing the Senate again. I, for one, look forward to all human rights and human resources being stripped from our country. God bless America.
I just
God bless
wait
the USA.
for them to realize what's happening. All it's
They're
gonna
never
take
going
is,
to.
is
It's still somehow going to be Obama's problem. It's still somehow.
I
Obama's
love when
fault.
people mention it. What was it? It was I hate to get too political on everything because I can go to the massive deepest of dives. But my favorite thing that happened was when Iran was pissed, obviously for obvious reasons, and they're like, "Hey, we're gonna hit you guys back. You guys are an enemy." And someone said, "Great! All the people that Biden left in here are gonna fucking attack us now." I'm like, holy shit, you guys. Yeah, because you already attacked. Of course, Biden left them in here.
It's like they picked up his save game file and they're pissed about it.
Yeah. Jesus Christ, dude. So stupid. Absolutely ridiculous. Anyway, all right. Trey Video, hell yeah, brother.
Hell yeah.
Everyone,
done.
adios.
Bye.
Stream. It's been
Bye.
fun.